The story begins in 1950, where some cars were being manufactured in a car factory. But one of them was a red car, on which a mechanic was working. When he was checking the engine, suddenly the hood of the car shut itself, which injured his hand badly. He was taken to the doctor as soon as possible, and then another mechanic came to check the car. When he was inside the car, his cigar ash fell on the seat. Anyway, many hours passed, and the work of the factory was over. Everyone was returning to their homes, but on the way, the supervisor saw that the red car's light was still on. As soon as he opened the car, the corpse of the cigar mechanic fell out from inside. This incident had been going on for 28 years. We see a student named Dennis, who reached the house of another boy named Ernie in his car. Ernie was a very simple and educated boy. Dennis and Ernie were very different from each other, but they soon became very good friends. Today was the first day of their school. After reaching school, he took out new books from his locker. Then he saw a new girl named Lee, whose beauty had driven all the boys in the school crazy. Later, when Dennis and Ernie were returning home, Ernie suddenly saw a car outside the house, so he told Dennis to stop immediately. When he went near, he saw that it was a red classic car. It was the same factory car that we saw at the beginning of the story, but now it was in a very bad condition. But Ernie didn't care about it, and he fell in love with the car at that moment. Then the car's owner, George, came there, and he said that the name of this car is Christine, and this is his brother's car, which died a few weeks ago. Actually, George wanted to get rid of this car as soon as possible, so he was ready to sell it for only $250. Dennis advised Ernie that why are you investing so much money on such a bad car, buy another one. But Ernie bought the car without thinking twice. Then when he returned home in the evening, his parents told him about buying a car, to which his mother scolded him a lot. But Ernie didn't listen to any of them, because he had bought this car with his own savings. But still his mother said that this car will not stay in this house, so Ernie took the car with Dennis to a garage. There he met the owner of the garage, Will, who was a very rude old man. But still he allowed Ernie to keep his car here. On the way, Dennis asked Ernie why he bought such a cheap car like Christine. On this, Ernie said that he didn't choose this car chose him. The next day, Dennis was waiting for Ernie during lunch. For a long time, when Ernie didn't come, he went out to find him. Then he saw that a naughty boy named Buddy was bothering Ernie. When Dennis tried to interfere, Buddy threw the lunch on the ground and dropped Ernie on it. With this, poor Ernie's spectacles fell, so Buddy crushed him under his feet and broke it. After this, Buddy started laughing at Ernie's condition, but then Dennis saw the opportunity and attacked Buddy. But then Buddy's gang surrounded Dennis. Anyway, soon a teacher came there and stopped the fight. Then Ernie told him that Buddy had threatened him with a knife. Then the teacher asked him to empty his pocket. So the same knife came out of his pocket. Finally, the teacher sent Buddy and his gang to the office, after which Buddy was expelled from school. Similarly, many weeks passed, and Ernie worked day and night to fix the car. After this, the owner of the garage hired Ernie to help in the garage. And in return, Ernie can collect some funds for his car. Ernie said yes to this, and then decided to fix the car. But he didn't realize that when he was fixing the car, he got more attached to Christine than ever. Then in the evening, Dennis went to meet Ernie, because he hadn't seen him for a long time. But he saw that Ernie had changed a lot. He was walking like a rowdy, wearing stylish clothes without spectacles. He didn't even stop to talk to Dennis for a long time, and went to work in the garage. His mother tried to stop him, but Ernie ignored her and left. Then his mother told Dennis that she was very upset because of Ernie and his new car. Because she found out that the car's previous owner died of suffocation in the car. Hearing this, Dennis went to meet George, and George told him the story of his brother. He told that when his brother bought Christine, he was completely crazy about her. In the same car, his wife and daughter also lost their lives. And then after his brother's death, this car somehow came out of George's house. Hearing this, Dennis got even more scared. Anyway, in the evening, he went to see the car, again in the garage. He tried to open the car, but as soon as he pulled the handle, the radio started on its own. And Dennis ran away in fear at that time. Then the next morning, Dennis was in the school stadium, because he had a football match today. Dennis was thinking about scoring a special goal, and suddenly he saw Ernie coming there. His car, Christine, was completely tip-top. Seeing this, his elder sister and her friends were also surprised. There Lee also came out of the car and kissed Ernie in front of everyone. Seeing this, Dennis got a little angry, and his attention was also a little off from the match. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the opposing players pushed him and snatched the ball. With this push, Dennis fell so hard on the ground that he immediately fainted, and he also got a very deep wound. Many days after this incident, when Dennis woke up, he saw that he was in a hospital, and there was a plaster on his leg and neck. Then Ernie came to meet him. Then Dennis realized that his friend was changing a little too fast. Where a month ago, he was a cowardly boy who listened to everything his family said. Anyway, Ernie soon said goodbye to him and left. Then in the evening, he went to the movie theater with Lee, and then they started kissing each other in the car. But when the matter progressed, Lee suddenly got off and came out of the car. When Ernie followed him, Lee said that you love this car more than me. Ernie thought his words were very strange, but still he somehow convinced Lee to sit in the car again, but at that time, the windshield suddenly broke, so Ernie came out and started looking. Lee was about to eat something inside that suddenly the car radio started on its own. At the same time, a very bright light came from the dashboard, and Lee felt that his throat was choking. He couldn't breathe, so Ernie immediately ran to help him, but the car was locked from inside. Ernie was very upset and tried to open the car from the outside, but it was of no use. Here Lee was about to die of suffocation, that at the right time he was able to open the door from inside. And then a man standing next to him somehow pulled him out. Seeing this, Ernie attacked him in anger. But he was just taking out the food stuck in Lee's throat. Finally, the matter calmed down, and Ernie dropped Lee home. As soon as Lee left the car, she entered the house, and she said that she didn't want to talk to Ernie. Ernie tried to apologize to her, but it was imprinted in Lee's mind that this car has tried to kill me. In fact, he felt that Christine was jealous of him, because whenever they get together in the car, something or the other goes wrong. Hearing all this, Ernie felt that Lee's mind was pushed. That's why he said he'd talk to her tomorrow. Then Ernie got back in the car, but the car wasn't starting. Then he talked to Christine and said that whatever happened to Lee today doesn't matter to him, because he will always love Christine. After that, when he turned the key, the car started immediately. Now he went straight to the garage and left Christine there and went back home. But then his buddy and his friend entered the garage from behind him. They all had all kinds of weapons, and as soon as they saw them, they destroyed the whole car. Then the next day, Ernie convinced Lee somehow, and then they both came to the garage, so that Ernie could get his wallet out of the car. But as soon as he went inside, Ernie was very shocked to see Christine. Lee was surprised and asked, "Who did this?" But Ernie suddenly shouted at him, without talking, and told Lee to go away. Later, Ernie told his parents about this, and they told Ernie to calm down, that they will get him a new car. But this made Ernie even more angry, because he knew that like Lee, his parents also hate Christine. And he also blamed his parents for Christine's condition. Because if he had allowed him to keep the car at home, she would have been safe today. Then he started going to his room, saying bad things to her. But his father grabbed him from behind and told him to apologize to his mother. But Ernie was saying even worse things. So his father raised his hand on him. But Ernie also attacked him again, and quietly came out of the house. He went straight to Christine, and decided to fix her one by one again. But what he saw now, the ground under his feet shrank. He saw that the car was getting fixed by magic. Then Ernie was happy and asked the car what it could do. Now the car fixed itself in a few moments. Anyway, in the middle of the night, we see a boy named Moochie, who was Buddy's accomplice. He was robbing a truck by stopping it in the middle of the road. Then suddenly he heard the sound of the engine of the car from a distance. He went a little closer and saw that it was Christine, who was standing in front of him all new. He thought that Ernie must be in the car. So he understood that Ernie has found out that he was the one who had robbed Christine with Buddy. Now he started apologizing to Ernie, but suddenly the headlight of the car turned on, and it started moving fast towards Moochie. Moochie at that moment saved his life and ran away and hid in the lane next to the road. He thought that now the car would leave him, but soon Christine followed him again. Now Moochie ran into an old warehouse, but Christine didn't leave him. Finally, Moochie got stuck in a place where Christine surrounded him, and now he had no way to escape. Moochie took out his knife and threatened Ernie, but Christine forcibly entered inside and brutally crushed Moochie. Then the next morning Ernie went to meet Dennis and told him about Moochie's death. Hearing this, Dennis was very surprised. He also couldn't understand that, if Christine was completely destroyed, then how did she recover? But Ernie didn't give any answer and left quietly. Then Detective Jenkins came to meet him and assured him that he was looking for the goons who attacked Christine, and also he has the case of Moochie's murder. Ernie said that he doesn't know anything about Moochie's death, but he is very happy with this news. Hearing this, the detective doubted him. He told Ernie that his girlfriend has given this testimony, that the car has recovered even after being completely destroyed. After hearing this, Ernie quietly left from there. Later, he called Lee and asked him to meet him, but Lee refused, which made him more angry. On the other hand, Lee and his friend Don were going in the car with alcohol. On the way, another car started following them, so Buddy stopped the car and checked who is in the car, but he couldn't see anything because of the headlights. Then he reversed his car, and the other car also started reversing in the same way. And then it is revealed that that car was none other than Christine. Now Buddy got angry and drove away the car and went straight to a gas station where his friend Richie used to work. Then he came out and picked up an iron bar and got ready to teach a lesson to the man who was following him. But then Christine came in a very fast speed and crashed into Buddy's car, which caused a lot of damage to his car. Buddy thought that Ernie is inside the car, so he asked Ernie to get out. But Christine crashed into Buddy's car again and put him directly in the workshop. Don was sitting in the car, so Christine also crushed him with Buddy's car. At the same time, petrol started leaking from Buddy's car, and suddenly there was a fire in it. In a few moments, there was a huge explosion in the entire garage, and Richie was also burnt to death in this fire. Seeing this, Buddy saved his life and ran away, but Christine started following him again while burning. Finally, he also crushed Buddy, and he was burnt to ashes there. After a while, Will heard the sound of a car coming in the garage. He saw that Christine was covered with smoke. He was quite surprised, because Ernie had gone to repair another car. Now he went to see with his gun that who is sitting inside Christine. He tried to open the door, but it was too hot, and that's why he opened the door with the help of a cloth. When he saw that the car was completely empty, he didn't understand anything. Then he sat in the car himself, but now he had to suffer the loss of this mistake, because Christine was not going to leave any witness alive today. Suddenly he closed the door from inside, and then he put Will's seat in the dashboard and brutally killed him. Then the next morning when Ernie reached the garage, he saw that there were many police cars there. When he met Detective Jenkins there, he came to know that Will's dead body was found in Christine's garage. Ernie started saying that he doesn't know how all this happened, but his heart knew that Christine is behind this, because she was standing in her place again. When Dennis returned home from the hospital, Lee called him and said that she wants to meet him. Lee said that he thinks that Christine has taken Ernie under her control, and now he is going crazy in Christine's madness and doing all kinds of crazy things. Dennis said that he believes that Ernie can't do anything wrong by himself, but if Christine has taken over his mind, then it is very important to finish her. After this Lee returned home, but in a few moments Ernie sat in Christine and reached there. He asked Dennis to go for a drive, so Dennis came down. Ernie was behaving very strangely once again. Suddenly he started driving very fast, and then he even left the steering wheel. Seeing this, Dennis got very scared, and he said that Christine is not in his control. But Ernie said in a very strange way that no one can come between him and Christine. He had complete trust on Christine. And to prove his point, Ernie pushes the car into the second lane at full speed. He almost collided with the car coming in front of him. Seeing his friend going crazy, Dennis gave a note on Christine's bonnet the next day, in which he called Ernie to meet him in the garage in the evening. In the evening, Dennis and Lee were waiting for him in the workshop, but Ernie didn't come. So they both stood near an excavator and brought him inside the workshop. They decided that Lee will stay in the office, and as soon as Ernie goes there, she will close the gate. And taking advantage of this opportunity, Lee will destroy Christine with a bulldozer. As per the plan, Lee went to the office, but he didn't know that Christine was hiding in the garbage in the workshop. Then the car switched on its headlights and moved ahead to crush Lee. Lee somehow caught a tire hanging in the air and saved his life. But Christine didn't give up and moved ahead to attack him again. Then Dennis brought the excavator's handle in front of him so that Lee doesn't get any damage. After this, Christine moved back and went to the other side of the workshop. While Dennis took the excavator in the opposite direction, now both the cars came in front of each other. And it was found that Christine was not walking alone, but Ernie was helping her. Now he was completely in control of the car. Suddenly the car switched on its headlights, and in just a few seconds, he recovered completely. Moreover, the excavator also stopped working. After that, Dennis started trying to start it again. Meanwhile, the car ran towards the office to destroy Lee forever. It broke everything and moved towards Lee. But because of that powerful collision, Ernie broke the windshield and fell out. Lee moved forward to see him, but Ernie suddenly jumped and scared him. Unfortunately, a large piece of the windshield glass had entered his body. Ernie tried to touch his beloved car in his last moments. But after losing the injuries, he died in front of Christine. Lee immediately ran away from there, but Christine tried to crush him by putting reverse gear to take revenge. But Lee managed to escape at the right time, and the car collided with a pillar and got stuck in it. On the other hand, Dennis took advantage of this opportunity and started the excavator again and started moving towards Christine. She collided with the car, but the car was still trying to escape while facing her. Christine again moved towards Lee, but Dennis crushed her from behind with the handle of the excavator. Due to this attack, the power of that crazy car was reduced a little. Lee quickly reached Dennis in the excavator, but there Christine again activated and started to heal herself. And to end this evil power forever, Dennis started the bulldozer and completely crushed Christine. She was still trying to escape, but this time she was completely destroyed. Their fight finally ended, and the next day, Dennis and Lee met Detective Jenkins in the junkyard. There they saw that Christine had completely turned into a mess. Finally, all three left from there, but then we saw that a small piece of Christine was starting to move by itself, which confirmed that the evil car was still alive. What is your dream car? Do tell us in the comments. See you in the next